like a diamond, I know they agree. From Ikeja to Miami, then they dance to my calypso. Oh yeah, I get higher. My mind not they worry for my cheddar. I know they slow down. I'm a winner. I don't blow like I be Vuvuzela. Nobody knows tomorrow.
Hey there! How are you doing? Welcome to the Medley Show. Of course, this is your midday energy. You know how we do it. It's always a fun time on the show. My name is Tochi, and today we will be having a fantastic time. So it's still the month of March, even though we're on the last lap of celebrating International Women's Month. So we want to end this month with giving you something like sort of a gift to you. So all my ladies, today we want to take you on a journey of building that confidence, of taking your power as a confident woman. Yes, that's the power. I mean, it can give you anything in this world or anything that your mind can imagine. So you know I always bring you fantastic guests to shed more light on whatever conversation we're having, and today will not be different. I'm sure you will be as excited as I am when you get to meet my guests. Before we get into all that, let's start with going into the world of entertainment and find out what's buzzing on the internet. BuzzFeed is up next. The Medley Show.
Once again, welcome to BuzzFeed, where we keep you updated with everything entertainment. And today, Davido revealed that the title for his upcoming album 5 was selected to reflect that it was his 5th LP. The 5-time Grammy nominee shared that after releasing the Time trilogy, A Good Time, the hit-filled A Better Time, and the record-breaking Timeless, it was time to move on. The hitmaker further shared that while the title 5 doesn't carry any significant undertone, research into the number 5 will provide a deeper connotation. Ahead of his upcoming album, Davido released a new single titled Be There Still. The single, released on March 14th, features up-tempo amapiano log drum fusion and a blend of pidgin and English. The song shows Davido restating his status as a superstar who will remain at the summit. The single comes ahead of Davido's highly anticipated 5th album, 5, scheduled for release on April 18th. 2025 has already gotten off to a busy start for Davido, who secured his 5th Grammy nomination at the 67th Grammys, where he got the nod for the Best African Song Performance for his part on Chris Brown's Sensational. Moving on, let's talk about Lade.
You guys are allowed to beat me if I am wrong, only if I am wrong.
The talented singer behind the viral Adulthood Na Scam anthem that had all of us nodding in painful agreement. Well, adulthood might be a scam, but so are music streaming numbers, apparently.
I really feel like you guys are sleeping on this EP. I dropped my EP in November, and yes, I know it's beautiful, but I really don't like the numbers you guys are giving this EP. I made it for you. You are supposed to be the one listening.
Lade recently took to social media to lament the low streams on her latest EP. And honestly, she has a point. Despite being in the industry since 2015, her music still feels like an inside secret among friends and family. Which is wild because we all remember when that Telecom collab track went super viral. And let's not forget her song with super rapper Olamide that dropped in November 2024. The talent, undeniable. The recognition, well, still loading. Maybe she just needs more time. Or maybe Nigerians need to stop sleeping on good music. Either way, we're rooting for her. Well, that's all for today, folks. Make sure to keep up with BuzzFeed for more hot entertainment gist because we know you love the tea, even though you pretend not to. The Medley Show. Medley Show. The Medley Show.
Medley Show. The Medley Show. Well, we do love the tea and we are not pretending not to like it. Thank you so much, Tete, for taking us through BuzzFeed. Now let's get into our confidence conversation. Today we will be talking crafting confident queens. How do we raise young girls or young women, or how do we help them see their potential and walk confidently in this life? That will be the crux of our conversation for today. Before you get to be my guest, of course, I have put together some confidence affirmation by some very confident women, and that will take us straight into our conversation for today.
Confident, strong, and very unstoppable.
I am enough, exactly as I am.
I let go of my self-doubt and trust in my journey.
I step out of my comfort zone with courage and excitement.
I believe in myself and my abilities.
I shine from within, and my confidence is magnetic.
I am confident in my skills and talent.
I turn obstacles into opportunities for growth.
I deserve happiness, success, and love.
I embrace my uniqueness and I celebrate my individuality.
I am fearless in the pursuit of my dreams.
I attract opportunities that align with my purpose.
I radiate self-assurance in everything I do.
I am a queen and I know my worth.
Confidence is wearing your crown even when no one sees it.
Confidence is speaking up even if your voice shakes.
Confidence is being yourself in a world constantly trying to change you.
Confidence is not needing validation to know you belong.
Confidence is trusting in your journey, even when the destination is unclear.
Confidence is knowing your worth and adding tax.
Confidence is owning my story and still standing very tall.
My name is Blessing Abu.
I am Amina Nujain.
My name is Noma Irabo.
I am patient Eloyi Abu.
My name is Bruce and I am confident.
I'm a confident woman.
I am a confident woman.
I am a confident woman.
I am a confident woman.
My name is Elizabeth Abai, and I'm a very confident woman.
Nobody you than the you that you are. No better life than the life we live in. No better time for you shine, you're a star. Oh, you're beautiful. Oh, you're beautiful.
Beautifully said there by our beautiful women, and I hope that puts springs to your step. So now let's get into this amazing conversation of crafting confident queens, and I do have some amazing guests in the house who I am very sure are as confident as I am, or maybe more, right? You're ready to meet them? Okay, so first of all, I have Makeda Solomon in the studio. She is an award-winning actress. She's a playwright director. She's a director, theatrical producer, and an impactful motivational mind mastery coach. Makeda, welcome to the Medley Show.
Thank you so
I'm
much
excited
for
to have
having
you on the
me.
show today. How do you feel?
I feel great.
Oh, okay.
do.
I was expecting to hear
Awesome.
very confident.
That too. That
That's
comes with
right.
it. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so next I have Gift Alex. Gift is a learning and development analyst, and she's also a very confident woman.
I am.
You are.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Medley Show.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so joining us also via Zoom is Amaka Chibuzo Obi. She is a certified confidence coach, a TV and radio talk show host, and is on a mission to help women be their best selves. Amaka, thank you for joining us on the Medley Show. How do you feel? I'm expecting to hear very confident.
I feel very cold and very confident.
Very
Oh, I wish I was.
Do you put cold and confident in the same sentence?
I'm literally cold.
Anyway, welcome to the Medley Show. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Right, so I like to start with icebreakers. I do that for all my guests, so I'm going to start with you. But I want to do a little bit of, what you saw those women say.
Okay.
They explain confidence in their own words. So I'm going to start with you. Confidence is?
Confidence is filling your own skin without reservation, hesitation, or apology.
Oh, fantastic. Feeling your own skin. How about you? Confidence is?
Being in control of your thoughts.
Right, because the mind is everything. Fantastic. So, Abaka, your turn. Confidence is?
Trying in spite of the fears.
Crying.
Trying.
Oh,
taking
right.
action. Trying.
Oh,
in spite of the fears and the doubts, you still put yourself out there and you keep taking action.
Fantastic. I remember one of the guests I've had on the show before, when she was trying to encourage women, said the best way is to do it afraid. You're afraid, but you do it nonetheless.
Do it anyway.
Okay, so I'm also going to start by asking you, what is the boldest thing that you have ever done, Akida?
Oh my goodness. I'm considered quite a daredevil, so which of them to pick?
Anyone, the boldest.
The boldest thing I've ever done. I think perhaps it would be standing on a stage, national television, global television in Jamaica, where I'm from, and presenting a poem for the first female Prime Minister of Jamaica.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
That will get my legs shaking, I must confess. How about you, Gifts?
That would be speaking up to my boss. Yeah,
Right.
so there are some kind of bosses we have that they are very bold. To speak to them, you need the level of confidence that you do not have to be able to approach this person. So when I found a way around it, and I stood up and I spoke, and I realized that I was more confident than I thought.
Fantastic.
Yes, so that would be, like, I broke that.
So did he take what you were saying? Or he found a way to shut you down?
So at that point, it wasn't me trying to convince this person.
Right.
It was me trying to prove my point and make my opinion count. So whether you take it or not, it wasn't what, yes, I was just like, I'm going to say it, and anyhow it goes, it's going to be that way. But he actually took it.
Oh, fantastic. And Amaka, your turn. What's the boldest thing you've ever done?
Okay. I think the boldest thing I've ever done is getting back on stage. Okay, so I started being a professional MC back in 2015, and my first outing was a complete disaster. So the boldest thing I ever did was getting back on stage even after that disastrous outing, my first time. I think that was the boldest thing because it took everything I had to be able to say, in spite of that disaster, I will still continue on this journey. So I think that was the boldest thing I ever did.
That is a very bold thing to do. Imagine getting on the stage and being an MC and you could not connect with the crowd and you decide to do it again. That was amazing. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to start my questions with you today, right? You are a certified confidence coach. So we tend to always have this inner critic, you know, where we want to do something. Before you even do it for the larger crowd to criticize you, you start criticizing yourself from within, right? So how do you silence that inner critic that keeps telling you that you're not good enough?
Okay, thank you, Tochi. The first thing is being aware of the inner critic.
Right.
Because a lot of times, many women, many people are not so self-aware to even understand what is going on with them at the time it's going on. So what you see is so many women just say, oh, I can't do this. Oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not qualified. But they are not taking a moment to ask themselves, what exactly am I thinking? What am I feeling? Where is this feeling coming from? Is this feeling actually true, or am I blowing things out of proportion? So we need to first of all be aware, because I tell my clients all the time, you can't fight an enemy you do not know. You can't fight an enemy you are not aware of. So awareness is the very first thing. A lot of us think that our minds are on autopilot, or our minds are the masters, like what my mind says is what it is. But sometimes we do not realize that our minds are just reflecting our inner beliefs, our inner fears. The mind is as controllable as your hand. Tochi, if I say raise your arm now, if you want to, you would raise it. If you don't want to, you will tell me I don't want to raise it. But what we see is that a lot of us just allow our minds now raise us or lower us the way it wants to. We don't take that control. So self-awareness is the very first thing. What am I thinking? Where is this thought coming from? Is this real? Is this exaggerated? Or is it totally false? That's where it starts from.
Right. So Mahida, she talked a lot about the mind.
Absolutely.
And I agree that confidence begins with the mind. So what's the biggest mindset block that holds women back? What would you say is the biggest mindset block that holds women back from stepping into who they truly are?
I think, and it follows on from what our sister there was saying, it's knowing yourself, first of all, knowing who you are and trusting who you are against all of the maybe negative influences or the things that have been said to you from you were very small. Because when I do my workshops, I like to have the women focus on when they were young, when they were girls, young as they were, what was it that changed them from feeling confident? What was that one thing that we can dig around and pull up from the root of the subconscious to say there's something there that would all of a sudden stop you from being that carefree, young, enthusiastic girl to suddenly start hiding or being insecure or questioning yourself, doubting yourself. And it could be things that we are seeing portrayed on television. It could be things that we've heard from parents who may not be as guarded with how the things that they say to you. So they're planting seeds of doubt in your mind from a young age,
right,
so that you then grow with that. Because we do, as young girls, we're looking up to the elders. We're looking up to our parents in particular. We're looking up to our immediate surrounding family members for validation. And if we don't get that, we grow up with misperceptions as to who we are. And once we grow with that, it goes way into the future with us, unless we can, as I say, find it and pull up those doubts, self-doubts from the root.
Fantastic. Gift, you know what imposter syndrome is? Have you ever struggled with imposter syndrome? And please do share, how did you deal with it?
Well, I'm someone that is very confident from growing up. From growing up, so I don't think there's anything I can do. Yes.
Are you for real?
Yes.
You've never had to deal with...
No, I think I can do anything I set myself to do. No matter how difficult, no matter how time I've wasted. It's just like starting a new degree. Can you do this? Who are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? Are you afraid of failure? Failure is part of progress. When you fail, you stand up. You continue. So when you say imposter, yeah, because it's part of the process.
Yeah.
Yes, for you to be confident, you need to fail, you pick up yourself, you understand that, okay, this was where I did wrong and I dropped back. So this is what I'm going to do next for me to push further. And then you keep going. So that's what I feel it is. Nothing like, oh, are you sure I can do it? What's that blocking? What's that blockage?
No, but
what's that imaginary thing?
Deal with it.
True.
A lot of people deal with it.
True. A lot of people deal with it. That's why we are here to say, you don't need to be there. You don't need to remain that person. You need to step up, break out of your shell, leave your comfort zone, and come outside so that you can be confident and face the world. Pick on challenges. You can face your fears no matter what.
You can face your fears. Amazing point there. But let me speak to Amaka. Amaka, you can still hear me, right?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so you hear the way Gift is sounding.
Yeah.
We're talking confidence. We know it's confidence, right? But some other people could pick it up to mean arrogance, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I need to know where to draw the line between confidence and arrogance, and how can women own their own space without feeling they're doing too much?
Fantastic. Tochi, the truth is, a lot of people actually mistake confidence for arrogance. And when I say a lot of people, I mean people who actually, try to prove confidence. So you'll see somebody get into a place, try to talk everyone down, doesn't let other people the time of day to express themselves. They always want to be the ones heard and seen. And, in their minds, somewhere, they think, oh, this is confidence. This is me showing I'm confident. But no, right? Confidence is not too loud. It's loud enough, but not too loud. Confidence is understanding that you have limitations, that you have things that you're scared of, things that you're not so sure of, but accepting that fact. So a confident person will say, I don't understand this, but I'm willing to learn.
Right.
An arrogant person will say, you cannot teach me anything. I know this, even when they do not really know it. Okay? So confidence is about accepting. This is who I am. I'm willing to be better, but you can't shame me for who I am.
Right.
Because they accept me.
Someone said to me yesterday, if you have to say you're confident, then you're not really confident. I mean, it has to be seen, which is why I want to talk about body language. But before we get to talk about that, we take a quick break and bring you top 3 anything. When we get back, our phone lines will be open, and of course, the conversation will continue. The Medley Show.
Nigeria is home to remarkable women who have dedicated their lives to advocacy, breaking barriers and championing causes that uplift and protect women. From human rights activism to literature and media influence, these women have used their voices, expertise, and platforms to drive meaningful change. Today, we spotlight 3 outstanding women who have stood at the forefront of the fight for women's rights in Nigeria. Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, the literary feminist voice. Few people have shaped modern feminist discourse in Nigeria and beyond like Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. Through her books, essays, and speeches, she has boldly challenged societal norms, calling for a world where women are valued equally. Her TED Talk, We Should All Be Feminists, sparked a global conversation on gender equality and was even adapted into Beyoncé's song, Flawless. But Chimamanda doesn't just write about feminism, she lives it. She speaks up against gender stereotypes, the policing of women's choices, and the silencing of female ambition. She encourages women to own their stories, stand firm in their identities, and demand the respect they deserve. In a world where storytelling shapes culture, Chimamanda's influence is undeniable. Fumi Iyanda, the media trailblazer. In a world where media shapes perception, Fumi Iyanda has been a relentless force in amplifying women's stories. As a journalist, talk show host, and filmmaker, she has used storytelling as a tool for advocacy. From addressing gender inequality to highlighting domestic violence and the struggles of single mothers, Fumi has given a voice to the voiceless. Through her work, she challenges societal norms and forces conversations that many would rather avoid. Her documentaries and interviews have sparked national discussions, pushing for progressive change and representation for Nigerian women in media and beyond. Aisha Yesufu. If there's one woman that embodies resilience and fearlessness, it's Aisha Yesufu. The world first took notice when she co-founded the Bring Back Our Girls movement, demanding the return of the kidnapped Chibok girls. But long before and long after that, Aisha has been an unwavering advocate for women's rights, democracy, and good governance. With her signature hijab and unshaken stance against oppression, she has continuously called out injustices, reminding Nigerian women that they deserve to be heard, respected, and protected. These 3 women represent the strength, intelligence, and determination of Nigerian women advocates. They come from different backgrounds, but their mission is the same: to create a Nigeria where women are empowered, protected, and given the opportunities they deserve.
Welcome back. This is still the Medley Show, and we are still crafting confident queens. And of course, I still have Makeda Solomon and Gift Alex in the house. Amaka will be joining us shortly when we rectify the network issues. Okay, so Amaka is back. Amaka, you're still with us, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, fantastic. So before we go on with the question, I said we were going to talk body language. Before I get into that, I want us to play a little game, right? So is a would you rather kind of, so would you do this or would you do that? So I would start with you, Akida. So would you rather lead a company meeting in your pajamas or forget your speech in front of a crowd?
Pajamas.
Pajamas?
Absolutely, without a doubt. I'm not so, hung up on, it's who I am, the substance of who I am.
You're not so hung up on the fashion.
No, not at all.
You would rather lead that than forget your speech.
Absolutely.
But is it so bad to forget your speech in front of a crowd?
It's not so much that, because normally when I am giving speeches, which I do in many spheres and circles, being able to flow and to get my message across is more important to me than the fact that I can just say to someone, oh, sorry, I didn't get to change my pajamas, but listen to the substance of what I'm saying. So that's me.
Okay. So Gift, here comes yours, yeah? Would you rather, oh God, I feel like I already know the answer to this. Would you rather get $1 million business deal, focus on $1 million, but have to cut your hair bald, or
I should have got that one.
Are you sure you shouldn't have asked that?
No, it was intentional because she's there already. It was intentional.
Okay.
So cut your hair bald.
No.
On the spot.
Or keep your hair, but never have more than $1,000 in your account. Right.
Not
Right.
Okay.
$1,000 is still a lot of money.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it is. But I mean, $1 million. Think about it very well.
Sorry.
It's $1 million. It's $1 million, girl. So think about it very well.
Keep my hair. My hair.
You don't need the hair. Sister.
$1 million. Please.
$1 million.
I'll buy more hairs.
Fantastic. You buy, but you don't get to cover the hair.
No, you didn't add that when you were asking the question.
I'm so you're going to have to rock it like this. You're going to rock it like this.
There'll be different styles,
I mean,
there'll be different styles.
Few people who can do
True.
this, right?
I don't think I can do this, but if I have
Sister,
to,
you say you can do
I
this.
will.
Yes.
Seriously, when I was growing up, I didn't like to make hair, so I was always without hair.
On your
but
natural hair,
but not as low as this, like not taking everything off. Yeah, but they are beautiful styles. I love her earrings; they're amazing. So if I have to change
other accessories to make you pop.
complement, yes.
Okay, that's
I'll
fine.
go for the $1 million. Though.
So, Akida, let's talk body language now.
Yes.
You know, even without words, a lot of times our action speaks. So, how do you walk into a room? And you know, sometimes when you walk into a room, you can, like, how do you tell a confident woman from a not so confident woman just by their body gestures? So, how do you strike that confident pose, even if you're shaking inside?
The breath. The breath is a powerful tool, and I share that with everyone.
Right.
Before I go on a stage, performing in theatre for many, many decades, and I still get those butterflies in the stomach when I'm to go onto the stage or to make presentations. So taking a few deep breaths will calm your parasympathetic nervous system right down. It will cause your nerves to relax, and it allows you then to be more composed. So that to me is a number one trick for anyone out there. Anything you're going to do and you're nervous and you're feeling a bit jittery, calm yourself so that you're not then gesturing and fumbling and looking awkward because your brain waves have gone into another realm. So
you're saying once I take deep breaths, I will calm down?
Yes, naturally, your body will. Your blood pressure will reduce. Your breathing rate, respiratory rate is obviously calming right down, which is allowing your brain cells to settle to a calmer state. So yes.
Just breathing.
Deep breaths.
I could take deep breaths and still walk through that door, and someone can still tell that I'm jittery.
All right, this is the other thing. Breath, there is breathing. I do breathing coaching as well, because we think, oh, we all know how to breathe. But in actual fact, we're only taking in perhaps maybe about 40% tops of our full oxygen intake each time we breathe. And then we're not emitting all of the carbon dioxide that is then coming from the trees. So that cycle of breathing, we take it for granted. It's the first thing that we do when we're born, and it's the last thing that leaves us when we depart this earth. But in between then, we breathe very shallow. We get very lazy with our breathing. So 90% of an improvement in your posture, your brain functionality, your composure, your health generally can be gained just from some deep breaths, filling your lungs to capacity, holding and exhaling fully.
Oh, you're doing that
so
already?
Yes, absolutely. So everyone can improve their breathing potential and capacity.
Yeah, note to self, always breathe.
Yes, it calms your nerves.
You do something really big. Okay, so Amaka, here is what I want to know, right? We're hung up on social media today. Like, everybody is on social media, whether you're on 1 or 2 or you're on all 5. But there is this thing that has suddenly become a thing. Like, you constantly find yourself comparing yourself with the other person, with what you're seeing on social media, with what you're seeing this person is posting. Remember the Lambo story? I mean, it triggered a lot of reaction among the women folk, you know. So, but how do we deal with this? How do we stop this comparison? How does a woman own herself enough to stop comparing herself with the other woman, and because of the filtered perfection we see on social media?
Okay. I'm sure this few minutes we've spoken, you've maybe noticed that I'm one person that is really big on awareness and acceptance. Because honestly, that's where everything starts from. You know what? One thing that I do not encourage people to do is to try to deny or diminish something that is actually happening. What am I saying? If you ask a lot of women, do you ever compare yourself to anyone? They will tell you no. But they do. We do. All of us do at one point or the other. Maybe some less than other people, right? So the very first thing you need to do is to realize when you have started comparing yourself. Let me give you a typical example. I'm a confidence coach. I've been a confidence coach for about 4 years now. But this comparison bug still bites me one time or the other. Now I could come on social media and I'm scrolling and then I see something. I don't take it to heart. You know, I just look at it and I'm like, okay, fine. And I continue scrolling. And then maybe 30 minutes later, after I'm done, probably I've dropped my phone, I just noticed that my mood, you know, just goes down. My mood drops. Wow. I'm unhappy. I'm agitated. I feel so sad. I feel so low. You know, for some people, they will just say, I don't know why I'm feeling like this. I'm just unhappy. I don't know what happened to me. I'm just, you know, a lot of us say things like that. I'm just not happy right now. I'm just, My first advice would be run a trace. So what I do is I begin to go right back. What did I do the last 5 minutes? What did I do the last 10 minutes? Okay, I was on Instagram. Okay, what did I see on Instagram? And I begin to run a trace. Sometimes I have to go back to try and see what it is that I saw, right? And then many times I will come to realize, oh, this was what I saw. You know, maybe a friend that went to secondary school together and the person maybe puts a picture of herself with the president of one thing, and suddenly in your mind you're like, I've not met any president. But you didn't do that consciously. Do you understand? Right. It was a very subconscious thing. You saw it and you were probably happy for her. You probably clicked like and you scrolled past. But inside, something has shifted. Right. A sort of dissatisfaction has crept in. So once you notice that this has happened, you now begin to self-coach. Right. Chinenye's path is not Amaka's path.
Right.
Would you rather, you know this game you just played now, would you rather meet a president of so, but you are not doing so that you're doing right now that is giving you satisfaction. Do you understand?
Right.
Would you rather take on all Chinenye's, good, bad, ugly situation that you don't even know about, than be here that at least you can manage your own situation? Because the truth is, we never know what goes on in the back.
True. Yeah.
So by the time you've coached yourself and asked yourself these sorts of questions, you will now see that, just be happy for Chinenye and
Just
move
be
on.
happy and move on.
No,
That's
you understand? So it happens.
Right.
You see this comparison thing, it happens. But we need to understand when it is happening to us, and don't try to, diminish it or deny it or say, oh, no, I never compare myself to anyone. What you're doing is you are packing all of those things in and thriving in that bitterness and unhappiness and resentment.
Okay.
So understand it, be aware, admit it, and then walk through it.
Okay.
Yes. That's what I'm saying.
So our phone lines are now open. Send us your messages, and of course we'll get to read it on the show. Remember not to call, but send us messages. The number is 0815-6653762. The number will be on the screen, of course, and send us your messages, and of course we'll get to read them on the show. So let me talk to you, Gibbs. You're a very beautiful woman, right?
Thank you.
Every beautiful woman loves to look good. So does fashion or looking good play any part? And I'm also going to take your opinion on this question, right?
Okay.
Does it play a part in a woman's confidence?
Okay, to me, looking good, like they say, is good
Good
business.
business.
And they also say, look the way you want to be addressed. And also, I think it adds a bit of confidence to you when you know you're looking good, but it doesn't replace the fact that you're not confident when you're not. It doesn't take it out totally. It's just part of it. It's part of the whole. So when you look good, you come in and you do what you're supposed to do. You're bold, you deliver, and everybody says, oh, that's a confident lady. But when you look good and you come in and your face is down, you're not interacting. You're just at one corner.
Maybe you need people to tell you that you look good to add to the strengths to the step.
True. There are some people love that. Women love to be
We all love
complimented,
compliments. Come on.
of course, and all. But it still doesn't shake off that. Okay. Are you sure
That
I look
insecurity
good?
you feel.
Are you sure I look good? Maybe somebody will say, you look good. And be like, really? This thing is old though. Accept the compliments. Agree to the fact that you look good. And take it. You don't have to be insecure about what you're wearing or how you're going to act, how you're going to talk. So this thing I'm wearing, is it going to help me to do this thing? Yeah, so.
But we all always want to make an impression with what we're wearing, especially when you have to face a crowd. So I need you to say something a little bit to what she said. If confidence could, be pumped as a result of how good you look, like your fashion sense. And also, is it, okay, no, start with that first before I ask the second one so that we don't model it all.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I'm someone from a very young age who, I love dressing up. Maybe that's why I'm an actress, as well. Just adorning myself with nice things. But to me, the clothes do not maketh the woman. So, if I'm wearing my sneakers and jeans and I'm out there, I feel just as confident as if I were to pick out something new that I've just purchased. And
really?
Absolutely. My confidence is not borne out by what attire I'm wearing.
Let me paint a scenario with what you just
said.
Go on
then, go on.
I was invited to a dinner party. Maybe even has presidents or heads of states, or you have to interview, in my line of job, someone who is very prominent in the society. And you show up with your jeans, maybe a dinner, let's say your governor's inaugural dinner. You show up with your jeans and sneakers and T-shirts as against some other people who walk into the room.
I wouldn't do that. I'm not saying I would dress inappropriately. I was saying that when I'm out in the market, shopping, whatever,
so it has to do with the environment.
It's the environment, absolutely.
Fantastic.
But I'm just saying that in my jeans and T-shirt, I feel as confident and as good as I would if I'm at a ball in the palace. So it doesn't alter based upon what I'm wearing, who I am, and how confident I am.
Do you have, you've pointed out that you like, dressing up and looking good. Do you have an outfit or a beauty hack that sort of helps boost your confidence?
A beauty hack? Not necessarily. I mean, now that I'm here, while I'm currently here in Nigeria, I mean, you know, Hopez is my dear friend and fashionista. Most of the garments I wear are from her because I like to support my friends who are in the business.
Right.
But when I'm in Jamaica, I will wear garments that I feel are appropriate to me. You know, also the fact that I'm a more senior woman now at these times, dressing appropriately, but also dressing to a style that I'm comfortable with, and I think. Yes, I have to look good to myself first. I don't dress to say, okay, I'm out there now to look good for others out there. I have to feel comfortable as well.
I mean, we say that every time that we look good for ourselves, but just like she said about comparison, we can't also put away the fact that sometimes we want people to actually see that we look good. We look good for others as well.
Well, maybe I need to qualify that by sharing my age. When I was younger, absolutely. I was caught up in this paradigm of, okay, I must dress so that others will acknowledge and make me feel a bit more, you know, better about myself. I'm now 60 years of age, and I now dress to please myself more so than to please others, because I'm feeling that I've grown into this confident person who, at the end of the day, let me now have the fun to wear, even my hairstyle or head style. It's something that I would not have been confident doing as a younger woman. But now it's accept me as I am because I'm good with this.
Okay.
Yes.
So Amaka, I want to talk about financial confidence. I mean, we're talking fashion. I could say the same goes for finance. You know, does financial independence have an impact on self-esteem or your confidence? I mean, you have a lot of money, you can do whatever you want. Does it boost your confidence, or you could still be just any girl who isn't confident?
Okay, so when you ladies were talking about looking good and all, I was just itching. I wished I was in the studio. The conversation.
What's the jump in?
But let me just say a little bit about that, because it ties into, you know, the financial confidence you've asked about. When Makida, that's my sister's name, right?
Yes, indeed.
Makida,
yes,
right?
That's
First of all, you look fantastic for his 60-year-old. Oh my God, it's crazy. I would never have guessed that. Okay, so when she was speaking and she talked about the fact that she wants to be comfortable, that's the most important thing. I was nodding like an agama lizard. Because when you say looking good, the question is looking good to whom? Okay? Because the truth is this. Let me use myself as an example. Growing up, I was told I had a large forehead, right? That my head was like a signboard, a billboard, and all of that. And it made me really self-conscious. And so growing up, I did a lot of fringe hairstyles, trying to cover the you know, large forehead. And then when I started being more confident, I realized that the forehead to me was not too bad. It wasn't even that bad, right? And so to me, I started looking good, in quotes, to myself, and that involved also now making hairstyles that I will pack the entire hair backward. And when you say, oh, your forehead, I'll say, yeah, it's very African. So I reframed it. Instead of calling it large and whatever, I would say it's African, right? So I started looking good to myself, and guess what happened? People started accepting it. So it was no longer awkward to see Amaka's large, shiny forehead. It became normal, right? So confidence, again, is about accepting you. So there were days back then that I would never show up without makeup. But now when you go on my page on Instagram, you will see pictures of me even when I'm walking out with the oily face and I know that I'm looking not fine. But that is not what I am about anymore.
Right.
Okay? So I have accepted myself. I have come into my space and I'm owning that space. And what is happening? People are towing that line.
Yes.
People, you know how they will say, do you, the world will adjust.
Right.
People adjusting.
Absolutely.
So nobody is seeing me anymore and saying, hey, Amaka, this your forehead though, it's so oily. They are now listening to what I'm saying. So it's no longer about are you looking good to the world? I am now training the world on how they can see and call this good.
Okay.
If you get what I mean. So that's about that. It also ties into financial confidence. Do you have money? Money in itself will not make you confident.
Not at all.
Do you understand? Beauty in itself will not make you confident, because the question I would ask you again, my sister Tochi, is have you not seen a very pretty, very rich, very unconfident woman? I'm very sure you have seen.
Oh, I have seen.
A woman who would walk into a space, she probably drove in on the latest Mercedes Benz or whatever, and she's wearing designers from the tip of her hair to the whatever. And she comes in and she's just, hiding and cowering and all of that. So that just tells you that confidence is about you, the essence of you. Okay. It goes from the inside out. And then you now use these other trappings to prop them up. But even without those other trappings of what you're wearing, how you're looking, how much money is in your bank account, you can still show up confident. Because as all of you are in the studio there, I'm very sure one of the criteria for being on this show is not show me your bank account. The truth is nobody knows how much is in my bank account right now. It can be 1,000 and I'm sitting here with my blonde hair and speaking English. But the truth is no one knows.
Okay.
So it doesn't follow. You can be confident with 0 naira in your account.
Yes. Okay, so I want to take a quick break now. When we return, I'll get to read your messages and, of course, we'll play a little game and take our final words on the show. Stay with us.
From the Atlantic across the savannah to the Sahara, we rise, a land of the free, we know they tire. We dream great, our spirit is undying.
Resilient, rooted like palm tree, we sway in colors, with undying demand. We make solutions, we ignite passion, yeah. Ethnicity is unique, we are more than just a nation.
We are Nigeria, strengthening unity. We know they carry lives. We are Nigeria, together live the dream of a land with great destiny. We are Nigeria.
I am the real Nigerian. Brought to you by the National Orientation Agency, NOA.
Okay, welcome back. This is still the Medley Show. So we're still talking crafting the confident woman, and I still have Makida, Gifts, and Amaka still on the show. But let me take a few messages before we continue. Right. So my first message is from a young girl. She didn't put her name or location, but she just says, "I'm a young girl. How can I be confident over stage fright?" Makida, you want to take on that?
Absolutely. Yes. I mean, as I said earlier, the breath is one thing, but the other thing is be prepared. If you're thinking that, if you've got lines that you've learned, make sure that you've studied them and repeated them sufficiently that they're locked in the parts of your brain that's going to have them flow. But deep breathing and know that you've done your homework. That, to me, goes hand in hand.
Okay, so Victory also says, "I'm an SS3 student. How can I be confident?" Victory, I'm sure you heard that. That's going to help you as well. Another message says, "Your topic is confident woman. I'm happy because I'm learning a lot and I appreciate your guest. Thank you so much. My name is Chief J.U. Ijoma. Hi, I'm Captain Fred Bros Dre. Nice show, actually. I think confidence is all about you as a person, facing your fears to achieve your aims and potentials. Sometimes our fear delays our goals. Our fear delays our goals, makes them unfulfilled, which turns us weak into without knowing whom we truly are."
Authenticity again. Goes back to
Authenticity,
that.
right. Okay, so another message. Oh, okay, this is for you, Gift. Says the lady in green is really looking good. Well, you say thank you. Okay, another message. Well done to the great women of Nigeria. I am really learning a lot, and this is a lot to take in. Thank you so much. Hello, NTA. Medley show is such a beautiful show. I think the names of all the speakers appear as it speaks, so... Sorry. Okay, he said, yeah, the names are truly your names. Asking if the names that are appearing when you're speaking is your names. Of course, it's your names. It's their names, yeah. So another one. I want to say a big thank you for this wonderful program. In fact, I just had a positive upward shift in the journey of my success as a result of the words I've heard. I will say here that confidence is responding to your responsibility, which makes you responsible. That's a lot of responsible in one sentence. Okay, hello, I'm Rejoice from Adamawa State. I'm enjoying the show. Thank you so much, Rejoice. I appreciate this topic so much. I am 41 and I have no confidence in myself. I'm shy, and I feel I'm thin with long neck. Oh my goodness. I always say this to myself, but with this topic, I will try to work out with all you've said and start finding confidence in myself. That's good. Well done, well done to all of you. Great show. I love the show. This is so amazing to listen to. I'm learning a lot on confidence. I am Dr. Mary. I'm watching your show from Owerri, and I love the topic on confidence. Not just for the women, also for the men. Well, that's true. I love and appreciate you all. Good afternoon. I'm happy and delighted with my sister Makida from Jamaica. She looks cute and elegantly takes it away, looking very, very confident. This is Mike from Kaduna. I'm sure she heard you, Mike. How do I face my fears? That is this question coming in. We may not have time to answer that question, but I'm sure with what Makida said, you should be able to pick something up from there. My name is Joy, and I feel very awful about my height. That doesn't make me confident at all because I'm not tall, and people make me feel bad. And I'm just 17. Oh. Okay, so I have a lot of messages coming in. We may not be able to take all of them, and our time is fast spent. But before we go, I just want you to do something. I had some other questions, but we'll just let it go maybe for another time. Maybe we'll talk confidence part 2. But this is what I want you to do. I want you in 10 seconds to hype gifts.
To do what?
Hype. Make her feel good about herself, boost her confidence, make her feel like a queen in 10 seconds.
Say your name again.
Gift.
What a name. Gift. I would like you to know that you are a gift to this planet. There is only one of you on this Mother Earth. And the day that you were born, you were created for greatness. The way that you carry yourself, the way that you look, the energy that I'm feeling from you in such close proximity makes me know you are a good soul.
10 seconds up, because I'm getting
Thank you
jealous.
so much.
That was some hype. Amaka, it's your turn to hype me. So you have 10 seconds to hype me. You have 10 seconds, Amaka, to hype me as a woman, boost my confidence, and make me feel queen-worthy. 10 seconds.
Sochi.
Let's see you beat Makida.
What did you say?
Let's see you beat Makida.
I do this for a living, so
remember,
it's okay.
no comparison. No
right.
comparison.
Point taking.
Okay. Sochi, things may not, come to you the way you want them to. But I want you to understand one thing. You have everything you need to succeed. When it's tough, remember who you are. Remember what you have gone through. Remember what you have overcome. Keep your head up. Keep your shoulders high. Keep working. Keep doing well. Because the world needs you. Your impact is yet to be felt.
Ooh.
Whatever it is you have achieved.
Your 10 seconds is on my head. Not sweat.
You have to talk fast.
Thank you so much. That was so amazing. So, Gift, is your turn to hype Amaka.
So
10 seconds. Your time starts now.
Amaka, you are very intelligent. I admire you a lot. You're so beautiful with your blonde hair. I love how you stand out in that color. You are an amazing woman, and I love how you speak. You are the real confident woman, and I'm so proud to have you here. Join me here. Thank you.
Fantastic. Yay. I hope you feel very confident. I'm very hyped.
Yes, I do.
Oh,
yes,
fantastic.
I do.
So I want to say
Thank you so much, Gift. Thank you.
Thank you, Amaka, for joining us on the Medley Show today. Thank you so much, Makida, and thank you so much to Gibbs. I mean, you had a great time, right?
Yeah, it was great.
Fantastic
Time flew.
And that's it on our show for today. But we will be back next week on the Medley Show with something more interesting and very, very insightful. Until then, you take care. My name is Tochi. Bye for now.